Hi, everybody, and welcome back to today's cryptocurrency analysis. It's your guy here, the altcoin doctor here, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency analysis on your favorite coins. And if you like the channel, please do not forget to click on the like button, click on subscribe button, as we would be bringing you all the analysis on all your favorite cryptocurrencies. And without further ado, let us move over to the coin of today. And as you can see, we have right down a lot of red across board. We are having a huge breakdown even for a lot of coins. And without further ado, we would be looking at Jasmy coin today. And as you can see, we have been steadily pushing up the ranks. We're currently up by 3 points, which are currently ranked 123 with a market cap of $306.92. We have a 24-hour volume of about $68.74 million dollars, right? We're up for the month about 28.4%, up for the week about 9%, down for the day just 0.7%, right? And without further ado, let us move over to the charts, and I'll be showing you something on the chart which is very, very concerning for Jasmy, right? And I'll be showing you right now. It's the same thing we saw right down here, which is a huge break of structure, right? And when price begins to set higher highs, as you can see, higher highs, lower highs, right? The moment we set some sort of a higher low, right, that means we have a break of structure and we should be expecting a push down, right? And I'll be showing you what I mean, right? Every single time, as you can see right down here, let's get this out of the way. When we form some sort of higher high, right? Higher high, formed another ship here, right? Formed another higher high, right down here, as you can see, higher high. The moment we started forming a higher low, that was very, very dangerous for Jasmine. As you can see, we saw a huge push even to the downside. Let's delete all this. Right. Currently, we are currently seeing the same thing happening to Jasmine, as we are currently forming some sort of higher low, which means we could see a huge push to the downside. As you can see, we are already forming some sort of higher low right here. So we were not able to take out our former high, which means we are currently forming a higher low. And we have the higher probability of seeing a huge push to the downside down to about 0.004 to 6, which is a huge 30% to the downside. And this is a huge warning. This is what we call a break of structure. It means we should see a change in trend, and we could see a huge push to the downside in the medium to long term, right? So this is something we should be very careful about, as we could see a huge push to the downside, especially if we close the daily candle like this, right, or below this range. And I'll be giving you more reasons why we could see a huge dump. As you can see, this is some kind of higher low, right? Even on the oscillator which we have here. Every time we have a higher low, this is very bad. As you can see, the last time we had some sort of higher low, you can see a huge dump we had. Currently, we are having the same kind of higher low, right? This is a huge bearish divergence. As you can see, the last time we saw a bearish divergence on the oscillator, we saw a huge push to the downside even for price. Currently, as you can see, we're having a huge bearish divergence, right? And so we probably could be expecting another huge dump even to the downside. If we come even to the money flow, as you can see right down here, every time we had a huge divergence on the money flow, especially a divergence to the red, we have seen a huge dump. As you can see, currently we're having a huge divergence. And what is bad about this divergence is that, right, we are having, right, a huge bearish divergence. This is very, very huge. We could see a huge dump in the price of Jasmy in the medium to short term. So this is, as you can see, every single chart showing us that we should be expecting some kind of huge dump in the medium to long term, even for Jasmy. If we switch over to this chart, as you can see right down here, this chart helps us look at our channels, and as you can see, every single time we went below the channel and we held another kind of candle below the channel. We have been very bearish, and what is bad about this is that we are forming some sort of a double top structure. The same thing we saw here, so a huge dump. The same thing is forming currently even on Jasmy, so we could be expecting some kind of push to the downside. We bring up some of our indicators right down here. As you can see, our oscillator right down here is already having some sort of bearish divergence. As you can see, the last time we had this here, we saw a huge push to the downside, and as you can see, currently we are pushing to the downside. Our RSI quite overbought, and as you can see, we are having a huge bearish divergence currently, which means we could see a dump also as regards the RSI. Also, if we look at the shaking coefficient, right? As you can see, the Fisher coefficient. The Fisher coefficient is so correct that it follows price. As you can see, the last time we turned bullish, we saw a huge push to the upside for the Fisher coefficient. And as you can see right down here, also every single time our Fisher coefficient turned bullish, we saw a huge push to the upside, and every single time we began to see uh, a sort of turn on the Fisher's coefficient, we have seen a push to the downside. And as you can see, currently we are seeing some kind of bearish divergence, even both on the Fisher coefficient and on the stochastic, mean we could see some huge push to the upside in the medium to long term. Also, as you can see, if we come over to this chart has what is called our Jasmy the altcoin doctors indicator, right? And what the altcoin doctors indicator does is that it tells us when price is bullish and when price is bearish. And every single time we turned green, price was bullish, and every single time we turned red, price was bearish. And one of the case we have been making currently for Jasmy is that we are having some kind of double top structure, same double top structure we saw here, and we saw a huge push to the downside. Currently, we are seeing the same thing happening here, and as you can see, we are having some kind of break of structure right down here. We could see a huge dump in the medium to long term. So that's what we are looking at. If you like the channel, please do not forget to click on the like button, click on subscribe button. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day.